Yo guys, it's Kyle coming at you from Bane's Film Reviews. I just saw Elio, the newest Disney Pixar film starring Jonas Kibreev. I'm probably saying his name really wrong. Zoe Saldana and Brad Garrett. Elio follows the titular Elio, who is trying to find his place in the world after losing his parents, and is abducted by aliens, and then is sort of doing the same thing there, trying to fit in with the aliens, with this new race of individuals that he's been introduced to. And it's fitting for a Disney film, the loss of a parent or parents to start a film, and sort of, forcing the character into figuring out who and what they are and what they want to be. That's what Elio is. It's pretty much a similar algorithm to what Disney has done in the past so many times and has been successful in doing. So I don't care for this narrative overall, though. I feel like it's, paced not as well as it should be, considering it's a film made for children. It doesn't move quite as quickly as I had anticipated and had hoped for, and I find that odd, again, considering that this is a film made for kids, that it's kind of slow to build. However, I really like the undercurrents, the themes that exist beneath the surface in this film, these ideas of isolation versus acceptance and conformity versus individuality. And they're things that really spoke to me and appealed to me throughout the entirety of the film, and I think that even younger viewers will be able to appreciate these themes, even on an elementary level. I think that there's something there for them to grasp and understand and appreciate and take with them once they've finished their viewing. I anticipated gorgeous visuals. As always, Disney and Pixar, they deliver. They create something very aesthetically pleasing, that's bright, that's vibrant, that there's a ton of attention to detail that allows the film to come to life and seem more realistic than an animated film could, or a film about a child being abducted by aliens could. It does a really great job of creating a sense of realism that extends throughout the entirety of the film. Voice acting is great. Jonas is wonderful. He has sort of this piercing voice that commands the screen and sort of takes over and plays really well opposite Brad Garrett's really deep and raspy voice. I thought that was a really cool juxtaposition that worked really well for the film. And they have quite a bit of screen time together, so it ends up working pretty well. It's a decent film. It doesn't work as well as I maybe wanted it to. It's not one of Disney's best films. It doesn't work as well as maybe Elemental did or Inside Out 2. But there's something there. There's something there, I think, for older viewers and younger viewers. For older viewers that are, really like science fiction films or film in general, I appreciated all the callbacks and the nods to other science fiction properties, things like Aliens, Predator, Star Trek, The Fifth Element. There are components of this film that take from them without being derivative or without being overbearing. There are subtle nods to these franchises, letting people know that they absolutely inspired this film to some degree. Again, those seasoned viewers will appreciate that, and then they sort of incorporate them into the film in a silly fashion that will appeal to those younger viewers. Based on my experience in the theater just a few minutes ago, I really think that children will appreciate this film. They liked the vibrant visuals. They seem to appreciate the music, both the soundtrack and the score. They seem to like the characters. They seem to be invested in the things going on in the film, because some of the kids were clapping at the end. Some kids were up jumping up and down and cheering, and they seemed really into this film, which ultimately, I guess, is the goal for Disney, is to appeal to these children, and they do a pretty good job of that. While not the greatest Disney film that I've ever seen, it's certainly not one of the worst. It exists somewhere in the middle of this, this scale. And I'm going to give Elio a 7 out of 10. I think that there were more successful films in the past couple of years that I really enjoyed a lot more. But there's a lot here to appreciate throughout Elio, and I think that it will ultimately do well, it being a summer film for Disney, and its ultimate release on Disney Plus, it will continue to do well on there, I'm sure. So, until next time, peace.